Hi everyone, it's Fitz with the Daily Delivery after Kansas State's 78-73 victory over West Virginia here at Bramlage Coliseum. And the reason I'm here is that's the student section right behind me. And the student section was as empty as I've seen it in a long, long time for a Big 12 game. But still, the rest of the Coliseum was awful. I don't have the stats. I don't care what they announced the attendance as. It was probably about 2,000, maybe 2,500 at most. It was quite honestly the worst crowd I've seen for a Big 12 game that wasn't COVID related. And maybe even going back to, it was years ago when K-State had an ice game against Texas and hardly anyone could make it. I think that crowd was bigger than what we had here. Maybe it was a Monday night, 6 p.m. tip. You can come up with the reasons. There's always reasons. Earlier this year during a bad crowd, it was bad weather, or it's a midweek game. Here's my thought though, is if the fan base is really engaged with your program, they show up. They will find a way to be in the Coliseum even if it's not convenient for them. And sadly, this fan base is just kind of done, which is unfortunate because this team is scrapping. This team is entertaining. I really like these kids. But the lack of engagement right now by the fan base with this Bruce Weber program is so notable. It's troubling. I'm sure K-State officials are noticing it, not just because it's obvious when you look around and there's no one in the stands. The photo I used for this daily delivery was shot at tip-off. And of course that's the one end, the south end of this arena. Well, it's always fairly empty, but I gotta tell you folks, the student section was about a third full tonight. The alumni section, you know, the west side was probably a third full, and everything else was really scattered and sparse. It's very disturbing what's happened to K-State basketball and the lack of interest right now in K-State basketball, even though this team is scrapping and is about to get to 500 in Big 12 play. I don't know what they're going to do. I have a feeling he's going to make the NCAA tournament, and I don't even think that will get people re-engaged with the program. Just kind of done, which is sad in many ways. You can blame the coach, you can blame the program, you can blame COVID, you can blame the fans. There's enough to go around. But I know this, it shouldn't be this way. And we'll see what happens in the future. But this is intolerable.